Namaste and good morning. My name is Puneet Sachdeva, and today I'm going to analyze the handwritings of two business partners. The art of analyzing handwritings and signatures is called graphology. Let me tell you before I proceed, graphology is not a predictive science like astrology would be, like numerology would be, for example. I've been studying handwritings and signatures since I was 6 years old. Today, I'm 41. Over the years, there were thousands of samples of handwritings that I saw, signatures, the patterns, and it eventually translated into a book that I wrote. As a graphologist, I look at a handwriting, the first thing I want to see is how does the writing look from 50,000 feet above the sky? What is the first impression? What is the first thing that I can see? Handwriting, you see, and signatures are an impression of what your thought process is at that moment. Even though people say that our handwritings change a lot within the day as well, sometimes it just depicts what your thought process is at that point in time. But more or less, your handwriting stays the same from one day to 1 week to 1 month. Maybe over a few years, it can change drastically, but that's another thing. Let's look at these handwritings. This handwriting is of Abhishek Naidu. This is of Sudatta Das, formerly maiden name Sudatta Mohanty. Alright. So I did a numerology reading for both these two people who are actually business partners running an NGO to help skill challenged children. Lovely initiative. So between these two partners, let's see what their energy patterns are like, right? 50,000 feet above the sky, what do I see? I see the margins. Let's look at Abhishek's margins. Increasing as it starts, then takes a curve, and then starts increasing again. The curve comes back. Sudatta's margins, on the other hand, are pretty straight, right? So, their top margins, both of them, are pretty similar. Almost equal space left here and almost equal space left here. Bottom margins we will not count because the writing was truncated. Now, the right margin for Abhishek is very staggered, whereas Sudatta's right margin, even though it's staggered, she has a tendency to hit the right margin right till the extreme a number of times in her handwriting. Now, let's look at the left margin. The left margin, as it increases, is energy going forward. But when it comes back, the energy is coming back to the previous attachments in this lifetime, which means you're retreating back, right? Right. Sudatta is pretty straight, more of a disciplinarian Sudatta versus Abhishek repeatedly, which means she will take her energy right till the end and then she may not have time to turn around well in time. So it's like a T junction, right? When you're hitting a T, this is the end of the road. When you're hitting a T, you might actually go hit somewhere before you have time to turn around. But Abhishek, on the other hand, will take a turn and start afresh again. So Sudatta, my suggestion to you is don't stretch yourself to the limit all the time, right? Now, Abhishek, as you practice your handwriting from here on a blank paper, not a ruled paper, my suggestion for you is, start practicing writing your handwriting in a margin which increases from the left side as it comes down perpetually. So don't go back, don't go through this curve. This was the margins of Abhishek and Sudat. Now, let's look at something called baselines. This was margins was at 50,000 feet view, baselines is at 5,000 feet view. Baselines are how you write from left to right, from left to right. When we look at Abhishek's writing, most of his writing, his baselines are going up. Can you see going up? Whereas Sudatta's writing is pretty much straight. But hey, what do I notice here? As she approaches the remaining part or the last part of her writing, her handwriting pattern starts declining and the lines start going down. That's energy falling, which means she's getting out of breath. We saw a similar tendency in Sudatta's handwriting when she started hitting the right margin. So, Abhishek's writing, on the other hand, is persistently going up, and as he progresses, he gains energy, and towards the end of the project or towards the end of what he's writing, his energy is really zooming up. So Sudatta would be a better project starter, more disciplined, whereas Abhishek would be a better project maintenance man. As the project after the project has started, he will have more energy to take it forward in a better way. However, very significant. Look at Abhishek's first line. Dear Puneet sir, the line is significantly coming down. It could be an anomaly, so I will not give too much importance to this because most of his writing thereafter, including his signature, is going up. Sudatta, the disciplinarian, straight, 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 straight. There she waves. Here the energy starts waving out, starts depleting, and then starts going down steadily. Okay, that was about baselines. Now let's look at slants. Slants are the way your letters are slanting. Are they going leftward? Are they straight? Or are they going rightward? Abhishek's writing, look at this T. It's going slightly leftward. K going slightly leftward. Otherwise, pretty straight, but somehow he has the tendency. Look at inspired. Inspired is definitely going leftward, the I of inspired. Now, it's he has Abhishek writes. So when I look at this handwriting, Abhishek mostly writes straight, but has a tendency to go leftward. Let's look at Sudatta's handwriting. Sudatta's writing T vertical, P vertical, D vertical, F vertical, L vertical, la 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 la, I vertical. Abhishek's I was also vertical. As she goes down towards the end of her writing, do you notice that the P started going leftward, the L is also extrapolated, is going leftward, the D is going leftward. So towards the end of the project, Sudatta loses energy and her writing starts going downward in the baseline and leftward in the slant. Now let me just summarize basis just these three traits of Abhishek and Sudatta's handwriting. Margins, Abhishek, curvy from the left, nicely staggered from the right. Sudatta's margins, straight from the left. She's not very attached to her past, but Abhishek keeps oscillating between past and present, right? Sudatta, you've got to start practicing writing on a blank paper, portrait form, without hitting the margin on the right side. That's where you'll meet with a bump at the end of the road, right? So before you reach the end of the road, Sudatta, you should turn around. So, when I swim and I'm going down the length of a pool, when I reach the wall, before I reach the wall, I take that somersault. Have you seen that in Olympic, swimming, etc.? If I were to hit the wall, my head would hit. Then I'll have to stop. Then I'll have to pause. Then I'll have to brake. Then I'll have to repair my head, right? That was margins. Baselines, Abhishek, you have great energy. When you're starting off something, like, your first line, don't be depressed. Depressed may be a very strong word. Don't be unsure of what you're doing. Go ahead full steam like you normally do. Sudatta, when you're approaching the end of the project, keep your energy up. Breathe, think, strategize. You know you have a general tendency of going down. Keep it up. Hold yourself together. Slants, Abhishek, your slants are slightly leftward. I would suggest to you to make your slants more vertical to start with and then eventually go a little rightward. Sudatta, your slants are vertical and given that the fact that you work for an NGO, which is a very sensitive, area of work with, challenged children physically and mentally, go a little rightward already. Your vertical, start going rightward. That will increase your emotional quotient. Well, besides, so I brought you down from 50,000 feet margins to 5,000 feet baselines to 500 feet slants. Beyond 500 feet, there are many other factors which one has to see in graphology. Some of them are spacing. Can you see Abhishek's spacing? Is Abhishek is well spaced out? Sudatta, you're not as well spaced out. You're more together, which means Abhishek will be a better visionary. Sudatta, you will be a better on the ground focus. Then we have pressure, then we have speed, then we have size, then we have printed and connected writing. So there are a lot of other factors, including connecting strokes. Now, let me give you a quick brief uh, for Abhishek's signature and Sudatta's signature. Sudatta's signature starts going up when it starts and then starts bottoming down, curving down. Abhishek's signature starts going up, stays up, but Abhishek crosses his A from the center of the A. But Abhishek lines underlines his signature with a line with two dots. That's a very affirmative sign of Abhishek taking responsibility for what he's writing. Well, that's it for me now for the purpose of this little video that I made for Abhishek and Sudatta. And if you're interested in getting your handwriting and signatures analyzed, and if you want to look at your energy patterns or your kids, feel free to give me a call, 99 200 80700, or Puneet Sachdeva Life Coach is what you can look up on Google, on Facebook. Moreover, my website is called puneetsachdeva.com. Thank you for watching. I'm signing off for now because it's getting a little sweaty where I'm sitting because the sun is rising now. Yeah? Meanwhile, stay happy, stay cheerful, and keep smiling. Thank you for watching.